Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careerscloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. So friends, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 25th of May. The session will be very helpful and important for all of you, so do pay attention till the end. As well as I ask you all to make notes. Making notes will help you in the long term for revision purposes. Alright, let's start. First we are talking about DIPM, that is your Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, has extended the deadline for Ferro Scrap Nigam Limited strategic sale. What is this? This deadline for submission of the bids for the strategic disinvestments of Ferro Scrap Nigam Limited, that is FSNL, a 100% subsidy of MSTC Limited under the Ministry of Steel. It has extended the deadline by a month to June 6th. Alright, earlier it was May 5, now the deadline has been extended to June 6th, and clarified that the company is in the process of extending its existing contracts. Alright, so the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management DIPM has extended the deadline for the submission of bids for the strategic disinvestments of Ferro Scrap Nigam Limited, a 100% subsidiary of MSTC Limited under the Ministry of Steel, and its deadline has been extended to June 6. Earlier the deadline was May 5, but now it has been extended by 1 month. Moving on. Next is our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has participated in the 13th annual day commemoration of CCI. What is CCI? CCI is your Competition Commission of India. I repeat, Nirmala Sitharaman, who is the Union Minister of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs, has participated as the chief guest in the 13th annual day commemoration of CCI, that is your Competition Commission of India. Alright, if we look at the data, on 20th of May, Nirmala Sitharaman acted or participated as the chief guest in the 13th annual day commemoration of the Competition Commission of India, that is your CCI, that was held in the Defence Research and Development Organization Bhavan, that is in New Delhi. Alright, if we talk about this CCI has approved the acquisition of majority stakes in SMW Ispet Private Limited. Just remember this additional news also. Alright, next. MSME Minister Narayan Rane has inaugurated India's first Center of Excellence. Question can be asked to you direct, that who has inaugurated the India's first Center of Excellence for Khadi in New Delhi? We have been discussing this question for very long time, that where was the India's first Center of Excellence for Khadi set up? It was set up in New Delhi. Museum for Former Ministers is in New Delhi. My Electric Vehicle is the portal of New Delhi for encouraging the sales of e-electric autos. Then Hobby Hubs, it was also a scheme that was started by Government of Delhi in the government schools of Delhi. And there was a program also, Desh Ke Mentors. This was also started by Delhi government, and Sonu Sood was the brand ambassador of this Desh Ke Mentors. On 11th of May, Narayan Rane, Union Minister for MSME, inaugurated India's first Center of Excellence for Khadi, that is in New Delhi. The Center of Excellence is set up at the National Institute of Fashion Technology, that is NIFT, as a hub in Delhi and spokes in Bangalore, Gandhinagar, Gujarat and Shillong. Next, the objective of this center is to design apparel, home furnishing and accessories for people of all generations, and to create benchmark design processes of global standards of quality, design and merchandising. Alright, in order to basically, you can say, promote Khadi, this Center of Excellence, first Center of Excellence specifically targeting Khadi, was set up at New Delhi. Next we are talking about UNCCD. First of all, you should know what is the full form of UNCCD. UNCCD stands for United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. This was hosted for the first time at Abidjan. For the first time here, the 15th session of the Conference of the Parties was held in Abidjan. Highly important, pay attention. Alright, and what is UNCCD? It stands for United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. Alright, earlier if you remember, there was a data that in the past 30 years, Earth has lost around 10% of the forest cover. So let's look at it first. The 15th session of the Conference of Parties, that is COP15 of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, was hosted by Cote d'Ivoire for the first time at its Sofitel Abidjan Hotel in Abidjan. Alright, the theme on which this COP15 session, that is the 15th session of Conference of Parties, was held is Land Life Legacy from Scarcity to Prosperity. This was the theme that you should know. The theme calls for action to ensure land continues to benefit present and future generations. HG, the President Alassane Ouattara hosted the UNCC's COP15. Alright, coming back, on which theme COP15 was held? It was Land Life Legacy from Scarcity to Prosperity. This is the theme that you should know, because on this COP15 was held. Where was the 15th session of this Conference of Parties was held? It was held at Abidjan. Alright, you should remember these two questions. These are important, and it was the 15th session of this Conference of Parties. Next is 7th GSTCC meeting. What is GSTCC? First of all, you should know this. GSTCC stands for Joint Science and Technology Corporation Committee. So remember, it was the 7th edition of India-Canada. I should write here India-Canada. So India-Canada, 7th India-Canada Joint Science and Technology Corporation meeting took place in Ottawa, Canada. Highly important. And 2 MOUs were signed here that you should know. So 7th edition of Indian-Canada Joint Science Technology Corporation Committee and 2 MOUs were signed here. The location where this Joint Science and Technology Corporation Committee took place, or this meeting took place, was Ottawa, Canada. So 2 to 3 things that you need to remember about this meeting, that it was the 7th meeting of the Joint Science Technology and Joint Science Technology Corporation Committee, and this was the 7th edition of it. It was between India and Canada. It was held in Ottawa, Canada, and 2 MOUs were signed. Alright. Articulating new strategic directions for the implementation of the 2005 Agreement for Scientific and Technological Cooperation between the Government of Canada and the Government of Republic India. Alright, coming back, this was the 7th edition of the Joint Science and Technology Committee Corporation meeting that was held between India and Canada. It was the 7th edition of which, and the location where this took place was Canada only. Next, India hosts SCO Red Summits 2022 in Delhi, focuses on Afghanistan situation. So remember, if question asked who is hosting the SCO Red Committee for Summit for the year 2022, this SCO Red Summit 2022 is hosted by whom? It is hosted by our beloved India for 2022. And what is the full form of this SCO REDS? If asked, SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and here REDS, it stands for Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure. I repeat, REDS here stands for Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure. So this SCO Red Summit for the year 2022 was held in Delhi. It was hosted by India, and the main focus of this corporation of this summit was Afghanistan situation. India hosted the SCO Red Summit 2022 in New Delhi. It was from 17th to 19th of May in 2022. The member states of the SCO discussed boosting cooperation in combating various regional security challenges, and this was specifically related to Afghanistan. Here you can see India's National Security Council Secretariat under NSA Ajit Doval organized the SCO Red Summit 2022. The major focus of the meeting was on the situation in Afghanistan and dealing with the threat from the terror groups active in the country ruled by the Taliban. The key agenda of the summit is the formation of an inclusive government in Afghanistan. So these are the major focus of this meeting that took place in India. It was the SCO Red Summit of 2022 hosted by India. It was conducted in New Delhi, and the main focus here was on Afghanistan situation. If we talk about the members of SCO, Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan Republic, and Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, these are the members of this SCO committee. Moving on. Next, we are talking about RBI. RBI is ready to set up a committee for review the customer service standards in the RBI regulated entities. I repeat, RBI is ready to set up a committee for customer service standards, for the review of the customer service standards in the RBI regulated entities. RBI. So question can be asked, which is the organization that has announced to form a committee for review of customer service standards in the RBI regulated entities? It is your RBI. This committee will examine and review the state of customer services in the REs, that is your regulated entities of RBI, as well as adequacy of customer service regulations and make recommendation to improve customer services. It will submit its report within the 3 months from the date of its first meeting. The announcement came as a part of the statement on development and regulatory policies, which was announced on April 8, 2022 with the monetary policy statement. All right. Next, Here, if we see the terms of reference of the committee, this will evaluate the efficiency, adequacy and quality of the customer service in the RBI regulated entities in comparison to the existing RBI customer service guidelines and identifying any gaps in it and correcting it. Reviewing the rising and evolving needs of the customer service landscape, particularly in the context of evolving digital and electronic financial products, distribution ecosystem, and recommend appropriate regulatory measures. Moving on. One more thing. If we talk about RBI, who is the governor of RBI? Shaktikant Das. It was established in 1st of April 1935. And where is the headquarters of RBI? It is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, HDFC Bank and Retailio launched a co-branded credit card for chemists and pharmacists. So remember, specifically for chemists and pharmacists, HDFC Bank along with Retailio has launched a co-branded credit card. Question can be directly. With the help of this, HDFC intends to expand this partnership into the pharmaceutical sector with a customized offering for Retailio merchants such as pharmacies, distributors and hospitals. The objective is to tie up to help expand the ecosystem of chemists and pharmacists and provide a differentiated tailored experience for the clients to satisfy their changing demands. Alright, so HDFC Bank has partnered with whom? They have partnered with Retailio to provide a co-branded credit card to the pharmaceutical sector, or basically to provide in the medical sector, healthcare sector, as HDFC Bank also wants to get into this sector. Retailio has a network of over 1,000 healthcare and pharmaceutical companies, over 3,000 pharmaceutical distributors and 1 lakh pharmacies, hospitals and nursing homes in over 1,000 cities. So HDFC will be benefited from this Retailio collaboration. Alright, and what they will be providing? They will be providing a co-branded credit card. If we talk about HDFC, CEO and MD is Shashidhar Jagdishan ji. It was established in 1994 and the headquarters of HDFC Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next we are talking about Time magazine. Recently, 3 Indians among the top 100 most influential people in 2022. This data was released by Time, alright, magazine. So, if we look at the data, Gautam Adani, who is the chairman and founder of Adani Group, Supreme Court lawyer and public activist Karuna Nundiji, and Kashmiri rights activist Khurram Parvez. They were among the top 100 most influential people of 2022, and this data of most influential people around the world is published by Time magazine, that is an American news magazine. So I repeat, first was Gautam Adani. Second was a Supreme Court lawyer and public activist Karuna Nandiji. And third was a Kashmiri right activist Khurram Parvez. They are the 3 people, as you can see here. These are the 3 people who were included into the Time magazine's top 100 most influential people. And this Time magazine is an American news magazine. This list has been divided into 6 categories: icons, pioneers, titans, artists, leaders and innovators. Alright, apart from this, remember Gautam Adani's Adani Group is the world's 6th largest economy. Adani has been listed under the Titan category of the list. His profile was written by Debashish Roy Chaudhary, who is a co-author of A To Kill a Democracy, India's Passage to Despotism. Then, if we talk about Karuna Nandiji, is a champion of women's rights who has worked to reform the anti-rape laws. As you can see here, she is Karuna Nandiji. And Khurram Parvez, as you can see him in the picture, he is the chairperson of Asian Federation Against Involuntary Disappearances. He has fought against human rights violations and injustice in the Kashmir region. He gave a voice to the families that lost their children to enforced disappearances alleged by the government of India. His profile was written by the journalist Rana Ayub. Alright, so this is everything you need to know. This list of the top 100 most influential people is released by Time magazine, and this time Gautam Adani, Karuna Nandi and Khurram Parvez, these were the 3 Indians who were into this list. Moving on. Next, remember, Vinay Kumar Saxena has been appointed as the 22nd Lieutenant Governor of the Delhi, replacing Anil Baijalji. So, who is the new, or you can say who is the new Lieutenant Governor of Delhi? He is Vinay Kumar Saxena, as you can see him in the picture. Alright, next. T.N. Manoharan takes place as the part-time chairman of IDBI. I repeat, T.N. Manoharan takes over as the part-time chairman of IDBI Bank. So who became the part-time chairman of IDBI Bank? He is T.N. Manoharan. He has been appointed as a part-time chairman of IDBI Bank for a term of 3 years. That will be starting from 9th of May 2022, and this has been approved by Reserve Bank of India. Alright. So if the question will be asked, it will be direct and simple, that who has taken over as the part-time chairperson of IDBI Bank? He is T.N. Manoharan ji. Alright, and this appointment was approved by RBI. That will be effective from 9th of May 2022. Next, IFS officer, that is Indian Foreign Service Officer Vivek Kumar, has been appointed as a private secretary to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. ACC, that is your Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, has appointed Vivek Kumar, an Indian Foreign Service Officer of the 2004 batch, as the private secretary to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Joint Secretary level. He joined the PMO, that is your Prime Minister's office, as a deputy secretary in 2014. He has previously served in the diplomatic positions in Russia and Australia. He is Vivek Kumar, who has been appointed as an IFS, or who was an IFS officer, that is Indian Foreign Service Officer, and now he has been appointed as a private secretary to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Next, Phonepay. Phonepay will acquire Wealth Desk OpenQ for $75 million. I repeat, Phonepay has acquired Wealth Desk and OpenQ for $75 million. Phonepay, that is owned by Walmart Incorporation controlled Flipkart Group, is set to acquire two investment technology platforms, that is Wealth Desk, that is Wealth Technology and Service Private Limited, and OpenQ, that is Quantec Capital Investment Advisors Private Limited, for a total enterprise value of $75 million rupees. Next, Indian contingent finished with 23 medals at the Bahrain 2022 Para Badminton. So question will be direct. So how many medals were won by India during the Para Badminton Championship that was held at Bahrain? So first Bahrain Para Badminton International Championship took place in 2022. Question can be asked from this topic, that where was the first edition of the Bahrain Para Badminton International Championship took place? It was in Bahrain, and this was held from 16 to 22nd of May. It was in Manama, Bahrain. The Indian Para Badminton team finished with a total of 23 medals, out of which 7 were golds, 3 were silvers, and 13 were bronze. Alright, so how many total medals won by Indian team players? It was 23 medals. This was the first edition of Para Badminton International Championship. And what is the location where this championship took place? It was in Bahrain. It was in Bahrain, Manama, Bahrain. Alright, and it was from 16 to 22nd of May. Moving on. Next, we are talking about world's oldest living grandmaster Yuri Averbakh passed away. I repeat, world's oldest living grandmaster Yuri Averbakh recently passed away. A Russian grandmaster, a trainer, international arbiter, a chess composer, an endgame theoretician, has recently passed away at the age of 100 in Moscow, Russia, and he is Yuri Averbakh. Highly important, pay attention to this. Alright, mark this. Question will be direct, that who is the world's oldest living grandmaster from Russia who recently passed away? He was Yuri Averbakh. He was the world's oldest living grandmaster. He was born on 8th of Feb 1922 in Kaluga, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, that is USSR, now known as Russia. Alright, and he was the oldest living grandmaster. He was related to which sport? He was related to chess. Alright. Next, World Turtle Day. On 23rd of May, we observe World Turtle Day. Next is Uttarakhand became the first Indian state to roll out drone healthcare. Alright, I repeat, first state in India to roll out drones in the healthcare sector is your Uttarakhand. Radcliffe's Labs, a unit of Radcliffe Life Tech Incorporation based of United States of America, has opened a commercial drone corridor between Uttarkashi and Dehradun in the state of Uttarakhand. This will be the first commercial drone flight in the India's healthcare sector. So question can be asked to you, that which is the state in India that became the first India state to roll out drones in the healthcare sector, and that the state is Uttarakhand, and this drones that will be provided and they are operational by Radcliffe Lab. That is Radcliffe Lab is a United States of America based company that has opened a commercial drone corridor to provide various healthcare facilities between
Uttarkashi, remember this location also, between Uttarkashi and Dehradun. These facility of drones will be provided in the healthcare sector. Next we are talking about Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has recently launched an all-village integrated agriculture development program, Kalai Grain. Alright, I repeat, what is the name of the All India Integrated Agriculture Development Program that was started by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin? It was Kalai Grain, highly important. Alright, Kalai Grain, an all-village integrated agriculture development program in the districts of Krishnagiri, Dharampuri and Erode. The program would be implemented in all the 12,525 village panchayat across the state during the 5 years. So this Kalai Grain, this is an all village integrated agriculture development program that was started by which state? It was started by Tamil Nadu. And who is the Chief Minister who inaugurated this? He was M.K. Stalin, who inaugurated this program. Now let's quickly revise all the current affairs that we have discussed today. It will be a very quick and helpful revision for all of you. So let's start. DIPM extended the deadline for the Ferro Scrap Nigam Limited strategic sale. But what is DIPM? You should know. What is the full form of DIPM? We discussed. DIPM stands for Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, has extended the deadline for Ferro Scrap Nigam Limited strategic sale by 1 month. And now the deadline is 6th of June. Next, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman participated in the 13th annual day commemoration of the CCI. What is CCI? CCI is your Competition Commission of India, and it was the 13th edition of the annual day of the commemoration of CCI, that is your Competition Commission of India, that was held at, what is the location? You should also know that it was held at DRDO in New Delhi, DRDO Bhavan. MSME Minister Narayan Rane inaugurated the India's first Center of Excellence for Khadi, that is in New Delhi. UNCCD, United Nation, UNCCD stands for United Nations Conference, United Nation Convention to Combat Desertification. Fifth session of this COP was held in Abidjan. Question will be direct and simple, that where was the COP 15 held for UNCCD? It was held at Abidjan. 2 MOUs renewed between India and Canada at the 7th edition of GSTC. Then remember, under this scheme, coconut saplings, home farming saplings, horticulture saplings, sprays needed for farming, kits for vegetable garden will be distributed at a 100% subsidized rate. Alright, as well as if you want to dig a pond, if you have a dry land, if you want a drip irrigation, all these facilities will also be provided by the Tamil Nadu government. JSTC stands for Joint Science and Technology Corporation Committee. This meeting was held between India and Canada, and the location where this was held is Canada. Next, India host SCO RED Summit 2022, that was in Delhi, and the main agenda or focus was on Afghanistan situation. Next, RBI to set up a committee for the review of customer service standards in the RBI regulated entities. HDFC Bank and Ritalio, these two organizations, remember HDFC Bank and Ritalio has launched a co-branded credit card for chemists and pharmacists, basically targeting the healthcare sector. Next, FDI equity inflows marginally down at $58.77 billion in fiscal year 2022 as per the DPIIT data. Gautam Adani, Khurram Parvez and Karuna Nundi, these are the 3 persons who have been included into the top 100 most influential people list of 2022 that is released by Time magazine. Vinay Kumar Saxena appointed as the 22nd Lieutenant General of Delhi, replacing Anil Baijalji. Next, Prime Minister headed Interstate Council reconstituted Amit Shah chairman of the standing committee. TN Manoharan takes over as a part-time chairman of IDBI Bank. IFS officer Vivek Kumar has been appointed as the private secretary to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Phonepay has acquired WealthDesk and OpenQ for $75 million US. Indian contingent finishes with 23 medals at the Bahrain Para Badminton Championship, and this was the first Para Badminton International Championship that took place in Bahrain. World's oldest living grandmaster UV Erbach passed away. He is related to which sport? As grandmaster, it is related to chess. Next is World Turtle Day. We observe World Turtle Day on 23rd of May. Next, Union Minister Amit Shah inaugurated and laid foundation stones for various infrastructure projects worth 1180 crore rupees in Arunachal Pradesh. Uttarakhand became the first Indian state to roll out a commercial drone services in healthcare sector. Integrated Agriculture Development Project was launched in the districts of Tamil Nadu. So these are the some other one-liners that you should know. These are important ones, and I suggest you have taken notes and you have made your own notes. Alright friends, so this was the current affairs for the day. Now let's shift to your homework part. First question. Which country recently conducted the 4th edition of the coordinated patrol along with India in the northern Bay of Bengal? Focus is here. Next question. Which airway recently got the Directorate General of Civil Aviation nod to resume commercial flights operation after being grounded since 2019? Third question. Name the personality from Kenya who recently received the first Esther Guardians Global Nursing Award. Fourth question. Anthony Norman Albanese was appointed as the new Prime Minister of which country? I repeat, Anthony Norman Albanese, he has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of which country? So friends, these were our homework questions. I hope you will be answering them below, because I check that only few students on daily basis they are commenting the answer below. I want at least 90% of the people who watch this video I want them to comment below the answer, because this will help you in your preparation. You will be revising, you will be remembering all these current affairs, all these homework questions. Once you are commenting below, you will be remembering them. Yes, that we commented this answer. So subconsciously you will be remembering all these current affairs.
So friends, that's the end of our session. I hope you have gained some interesting information today, and this information will be very helpful for you in the upcoming exams. So do like the video, subscribe, and also share the link of this video with your friends. And if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very much. Thank you. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.